Right, so here we have the 5 minute on ES and the 5 minute on NQ coming into market open. Let me run you through my trade today. So as you can see, coming into market open, we had a ton of stacked liquidity here on ES. It was the weaker asset, and we dumped on market open, as you can see. And while ES, if I zoom out here, ES came down and took out all this liquidity I wanted to see taken out, and we had news at 10, so I was not getting in a trade until 10 or 10:15. I even have it written here, wait for 10:15, and I was going to see how price reacted. So we'll keep an eye on NQ here and ES. I took my trade on ES. So we have this 5 minute here, which I was keeping an eye on. As you can see, we inversed it here. And at this point, what got me into ES, even though it was the more bearish asset, is just the draw liquidity was just a lot clearer. Given it is a reversal trade, they are higher risk, but we did have, as you see the top of this 5 minute, there's no wick here with a fair value gap above. That's high probability. And not only that, we have all these stacked highs, and we did just take out prior day's low. And as we took out prior day's low, NQ is showing even more bullish posture. It's actually holding prior week's high with the large SMT on the higher time frames. So there's a lot here to kind of give you confidence that that we're going to continue to the upside. You know, longs have been printing, and once you do see a bit of conviction to the upside, you're best off taking them, even though we did print a bearish 1 hour and 4 hour candle. So I was aware of that. So this was a higher risk trade. So being it was a higher risk trade, I'll show you my entry. My entry was, I got in around here, and I actually gave myself a fair bit of breathing room. And my target was, my entry was here, stop was under this candle. So we had this 5 minute, and as I said, once I saw NQ show such positive intent here, even though I thought maybe we could roll over, I thought before we roll over, we're going to want to take this liquidity, being this no wick candle with a 5 minute inversion, that we could spike into that and then reverse. So I was kind of going for like my standard kind of 1.5 R, and it was not to be. Came down, next candle took me out. Really what could have been a wiser solution here, like I did yesterday, was just wait on the 1 minute. Once I got my confirmation here, there's nothing wrong with then going to the 1 minute and just waiting for an inversion on the 1 minute. But even with that, as you can see here, one moment, I would have taken this trade. So this, like, even with that, this is just very tricky, because this is great. Come down, take out these equal lows, one semi 1 minute inversion here, showing bullish posture, and it looks like we're going to head right there, and we did not. As I said, so we're after rolling over. It happens, you know, like, this is a high probability trade. As I said, even though we are, as you can see here, this is the 1 hour time frame. So I was going long into this bearish price action. But being that we came down, we did take a lot of liquidity. I did think we could see momentum up, and then possibly a reversal, and also just the strength of NQ as I took my trade gave me that little added conviction. Again, reversals, I really don't like playing them, and I did say to myself at one stage, I go, given the level of liquidity here, the smarter play today, this gray area here is a 15 minute fair value gap. I should have just chilled and waited for that to get inversed. Would have been a slice retracement and then target these highs. That's a much more highly probable trade than going for the first bit of a bullish momentum and what is a bearish sequence on the weaker asset. So lessons to be learned here. Would I take the trade again? Probably I would, but I was aware going in it was B plus A minus territory, because it is a reversal. But reversals, when they work out, they do pay.